was born on the farm in an old town. Not a penny to his name, but he got around. Hard worker to the bone he was. He was stranded all alone at a young age. Didn't know what to do. He knew they wanted to throw him in a cage. So he picked up that guitar and he played the life away. He knew one day that message would make him brave. So 5 years later, he finally found a band to play. They started going around to the bars and partying the night away. He signed with the record deal one day and he went to Hollywood to stay. He got so good at that guitar, you see, he could move the fabric of the world around him. He could change the future and manifest his thoughts by the power of the strings. So he married his wife and they had a couple kids, and he lived in Hollywood and made his career. Little did he know that fate had a job for him. One cold night, the robber came in and took his wife and kids away from him. He was at the studio playing with the band, making that third album so he could get that cheddar man. When he got the news and went to the hospital, they were on life support and he couldn't even stand. That robber got away with his money and a couple computers. His family caught him in the act and he took their lives. So that man left that hospital that day with the biggest broken heart and nobody to cry to. Burn that house to the ground. Couldn't even stand to stare at it any longer. He started searching the streets and trying to find the man that took his family so blindly. He got darker than the night. Started drinking and doing pills alright, because his pain was so great, cause his family was gone. They took away the only things that got him along. So guitar was the last thing on his mind, even though he should have turned to the music to hide his pain in. He kept searching those streets and he started beating the life out of any robber he found around. started being known as the vigilante killer, robber, breaker, and the dealer taker. He would rob the drug dealers and give the money to the poor. He would burn down the houses of the wicked and break everybody's legs who was twisted. So one day he found that man that took his wife and children away from him. He found him in the bottle of a bar. He said, "I don't think you know who I am, but you changed my fate for the worst, my friend." The man said, "I don't know what you mean. I've lived a pretty wicked life and I don't know what to do about it." So instead of breaking the life from that man's face, he sat down and took a drink with him and said, "Please go on." That robber told him his life story, alright. They sat and drank all night. It was the saddest story that man's ever heard. How could a human be brought to such horrible fates? The robber said, "Yeah, I had a horrible childhood. Was stuck in the city with no family to feed me. Had to steal everything. Didn't have a trade. Couldn't get a job 'cause they wouldn't even pay." He said, "Finally I found my own woman one day, and we were both addicted to drugs and it wasn't going very well. I had to rob to keep our habit alive. She was so deep in the world, she was so deep in the drugs, that he knew he would never get her out at all. So he sat with her every night and they got stoned. He said, "I sat with that woman every night and watched as her misery took her life. Took about 5 years or so till I found her OD'd on the kitchen floor." So by the end of the night, the vigilante killer was sitting with that robber who took his family, and he realized two broken men with horrible pasts came together again. Now what should they do with their broken lives? Should they dive into a bottle or end their own life? 'Cause they don't know the future and they feel so broken. Don't know how to get along 'cause they're smoking everything in sight. So that was the story of two men from Hollywood, caught up in the city with no future at all. And little Susie was living next door to that house that he burned down 'cause he couldn't see it no more. And the stories go on and they intertwine, the fate of the world and the stories behind the broken eyes of the men and women walking down the streets. So why can't we just break away from the sadness and make the world a better place? Yep, that's the story of broken lives.